In a quiet and quaint town in the south of the Yankee River, the blue stone paths wind and twist, and the white walls and black tiles are arranged in an orderly manner. However, this tranquility was suddenly broken by a homicide. In the early morning, the residents of the ancient town found that old Wen, the owner of the antique store, was dead in his own store. The store was in a mess, with antique porcelain pieces shattered all over the floor. Old Wen was lying in a pool of blood, his head severely injured, and his eyes wide open, as if he had seen something extremely terrifying before he died. After receiving the report, Officer Wen arrived at the scene immediately and also informed his friend, Detective Zhu. Detective Zhu rushed over and stepped into the store. A musty smell mixed with the smell of blood hit his face. Detective Zhu crouched down to examine old Wen's body carefully and found that his right hand was tightly clutching a fragment of the jade pendant. The jade pendant was smooth in texture and exquisitely carved, obviously not an ordinary item. At this time, Anli pushed through the crowd and exclaimed loudly, "Oh my! How could old Wen end up like this? Last night, I saw the lights on in his store, and it seemed like he was arguing with someone." Detective Zhu quickly caught this piece of information and asked, "Anli, did you see who he was arguing with?" Anli scratched her head and hesitated before saying, "It was too dark. I couldn't see the face clearly. I just saw a tall, dark figure, just as everyone was talking." Boss Liu, the wealthy businessman from outside the town, rushed over. The moment he saw the scene in the store, his face turned pale instantly, and fine beads of sweat appeared on his forehead. What is going on here? Old Wen, we hadn't even finished our business yet," Boss Liu said in a panic. Detective Zhu quietly observed Boss Liu and noticed a trace of blood on the cuff of his suit. His heart skipped a beat. He walked up to him and asked, "Boss Liu, where were you last night?" Boss Liu's eyes flickered, and he stammered, I was resting in the inn. I had a headache last night and went to bed early." Detective Zhu didn't ask any more questions but started searching for clues around the store. In the corner, he found a blood-stained wrench. The wrench was of a common style, but the blood on it was particularly glaring. Meanwhile, when Officer Wen was investigating outside, he noticed that A Chen, the young hooligan in the ancient town, had been lurking around furtively. Officer Wen stepped forward, grabbed A Chen, and shouted, "What are you doing here?" A Chen trembled with fright and quickly said, I am just passing by." Detective Zhu walked out of the store with the wrench and the fragment of the jade pendant. When he saw A Chen, an idea suddenly flashed through his mind. He pulled A Chen aside and asked in a low voice, "Do you know something? Does this wrench and this jade pendant look familiar to you?" A Chen looked around and whispered, I only know that Boss Liu has been eyeing old Wen's antiques recently. He asked me to keep an eye on things. Last night, I saw him enter old Wen's store. I don't know what happened after that." Detective Zhu had a preliminary inference in his mind. He and Officer Wen divided their tasks. On one hand, they continued to investigate Boss Liu's whereabouts, and on the other hand, they delved deeper into old Wen's business dealings. After some twists and turns, the truth finally emerged. It turned out that Boss Liu had heard that old Wen had a rare antique in his hands and wanted to buy it at a low price. Old Wen refused, and after several fruitless negotiations, last night, Boss Liu went to old Wen's store again. They had a fierce argument, and in a fit of anger, Boss Liu picked up the wrench in the store and hit old Wen on the head. Before dying, Baudouin managed to tear off a corner of the jade pendant on Boss Liu's body. As for Chen, although he didn't directly participate in the murder, he had been tipping off Boss Liu and keeping watch for him in order to get benefits from him. After the incident, he also tried to cover up the truth. Faced with conclusive evidence, Boss Liu and Chen had no choice but to admit their crime. With the case solid, the ancient town regained its former tranquility. But the shadow of that night remained deeply engraved in people's memories and became a topic of conversation after midnight.